This is Eli from Typewriter Minutes. In August 1864, Rear Admiral David Glasgow Farragut, commander of the Union's West Gulf Blockading Squadron, led a charge of ships into Mobile Bay. The attack was one of the most dramatic moments of the Naval War and led to the most famous quote in U.S. naval history. Farragut planned to attack the Confederate forts at the mouth of Mobile Bay and pass into the bay with 2 columns of ships. The leading column on the right had 4 ironclad monitor ships. The trailing column on the left had the squadron's traditional wooden ships. Unfortunately for the Union, the lead ironclad monitor, the Tecumseh, hit a torpedo, what we now call a mine, inside the mouth of the bay and sank within 30 seconds, killing most of the crew of 114. The Union fleet bogged down for fear of charging into the torpedo field. Farragut knew that his ships would be sitting ducks for the cannons at the gauntlet into the bay, so he made the critical decision to press ahead. Historians debate exactly what he said, but the most lasting and popular version has him crying out, "Damn the torpedoes! Full speed ahead!" The ships pressed ahead into the bay, luckily avoiding collisions with more torpedoes. The Union squadron attacked the Confederate ironclad CSS Tennessee and the other Southern ships and captured the Confederates' only full admiral, Franklin Buchanan. It was a Union victory.
Now, one thing I never thought I would say after typing on these is, damn the torpedoes. But actually, after you type on them and you see how lightning quick they are, it just might be, damn the torpedoes. Full speed ahead. So these are our torpedoes. They're both from 1960, if I'm reading the typewriter database correctly. This one's a Torpedo 18B, this one is a Torpedo 18A. The difference is the 18B has a tabulator, so it's got the tab button and then a chrome lever to set and clear individual tabs. The 18A does not have a tabulator. And then we'll show you in a minute, but the Tab B also has an all clear tab lever where you can clear all the tab stops at once. This one here I've had for a couple of years. It's a Goodwill machine and it's in really fantastic shape. It's like charcoal and cream color. No scratches or barely any scratches at all. It's just in amazing shape. It has a made in Western Germany logo on the back. It's just about flawless. The other one, the blue one, I got as a local find. It's a script machine, so it types in cursive script. Again, it has no tabulator, but it's also in really good shape. I noticed that on the back of this one, it doesn't say made in Western Germany, it's just blank. But again, both of them are in really good shape. This one has the original feet. This one here, I'll show you when we're reviewing the typewriter, but we got new feet made that match the originals, and they're super grippy now. The other thing we did, a buddy of mine sent in a batch of torpedo platens to JJ Short, asked if I wanted to go in on that, and I did. So both these machines have new platens now. I don't do that on very many machines because it's just too expensive, but I thought these guys deserved new platens because they're just really fantastic typers. Alright, Eli, show us a little bit about the front of the machine.
So it has a standard QWERTY keyboard, a ribbon color selector with black, stencil, and red, a backspace button, a margin release button, a tab button, and the tabulator.
Okay, we'll show them how that works. I'll switch off the camera. So to set individual tabs, you just tab over to wherever you want and then set by pushing forward. And then, so now you have your tab set. If you want to clear individual tabs, tab over, clear, tab, clear. Now all the tabs are clear. Now one thing I've noticed is that if the tabs are all clear and you hold down the tab button, it's really slow. So I'm gonna have to take this apart and figure out what's going on. I don't know if it's a tabulator break or what, So anyway, I'll dig into that. The other thing it has, we'll skip ahead, is this lever right back here. If you pull that, it clears all the tabs at once. So that's the keys. If you look under the hood, you just pull up on this guy. It's got a really solid ribbon cover. It has two metal tabs, one right here, one right here. They fit into these little square holes on either side. And so you put those tabs in, and then these little doodads here push against these springs when you close, and that's what keeps it in place. So you just pop it up, lift it off, and then inside here, what do we have, Eli? We have a basket shift, so it's really nice and light on the pinky. What do we have? There's little forks here where the ribbon goes through, but this does not require eyelets for the automatic ribbon reversing system. It's a tension-based system. What else? We have, most typewriters have these little tiny holes. There's one right there in the clear plastic guide. You can stick a pencil or a pen in there, and then you can draw either horizontal lines or vertical lines, which is kind of cool. Little tension things to keep the ribbon in place. I couldn't find a separate manual ribbon reverse switch. I think you just doink with this little right back and forth right here and over here. Come on, cameraman, this side. Doink, or this side. Doink. There's the serial number right there. That's just about it for the basket.
Oh, and as you can see, it has shift lock on one side.
Ah, good catch.
My assistant will now put the ribbon cover back on.
Alright, so we'll line up these little tabs. Put them in those little holes right there. And then this just comes down and doink. Alright, let's come to this side of the machine. Got a nice cream colored platen knob that matches the paint. You have a carriage release lever on the right and the left. This little guy right here, carriage release lever. The paper bale comes up nice and high, and the paper bale rollers are in good shape. This little flip up, I think they call it an eraser table. You could lay the paper flat on that and erase, but you're not going to do that, right? Because we don't want erasers and eraser shavings near this beautiful machine. What else do we have over here? The paper release lever, did I already show that? If your paper is crooked, you can scooch it, pull this up, scooch your paper, put it back in. Might have said that twice, oh well. Pop-up paper support with an extender. Back up, there you go. And it shows you how many inches. No, actually I take that back, it doesn't show how many inches. It's just a pop-up extender. So that goes down, back in. What do we have back here? If you lift this up, this has the sliding margins for the right and the left. So just push and slide. And then over here, we have just a few levers. This one here, like I mentioned before, that clears all the tab stops at once. So you don't have this on the Torpedo 18A, just on the B. Here's your carriage release lever. And then this guy here, this guy, if you, which way? Push it back, that releases the clicks on the platen, so you can go to exactly where you want to on the form to fill it out. And then you're done, push that back. You do the same thing by pulling out the left platen knob. So pull it out, no clicks, push it in, clicks. And then last, we have the little line space lever here. You can see it actually has 4 settings. A lot of machines only have 2 or 3, but this one has single space, double, triple, quadruple. So that's kind of cool. That's about it for the features. We'll be right back with the type test.
My assistant forgot the carriage lock, which he will now show you.
So down over here on the left side of the machine, there's a little lever. If you push it that way, it'll lock the machine in, and then when you're ready to type, pull it back towards the front, and you're good to go. Here's a look at the original feet. They weren't totally crumbling, but they're kind of petrified and starting to crack, and they didn't look that good, and they didn't grip very well. So my friend that sent in the batch of torpedo platens to JJ Short to be recovered also had a number of sets of torpedo feet made. He ordered some from Steve Dade, and they match perfectly. They're super grippy, so big shout out to Steve Dade on those. I'll have to get another set of these made for my blue Torpedo 18A because they look good, they grip very, very nicely.
And now for the type test.
Okay, so the paper feeds in nicely now that we have a very rubbery, grippy platen. And the Torpedo, I don't know if I have any other machine that kind of rivals its snappiness. There's just a really direct action when you push the key. I think the only other thing that comes close would be the Facet TP1 that we have. A lot of machines have kind of a lot of slop in the keys. This doesn't have that. It's just really direct. Oh, and by the way, there's no touch control on this. When we open the hood, there was no touch control lever. So I guess the people at Torpedo just thought they didn't want people messing with perfection because it's just a super snappy typer. All right, first.
In the black setting, the quick red fox jumps over the lazy brown dogs.
Typo, I misspelled brown. Now, in the red setting.
Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country.
This thing was super loud with the old platen. The old platen was just rock hard, and it was my loudest machine, I think. It just sounded like a machine gun when I was typing. It's still a little bit loud now, but the new rubber platen makes quite a difference. So let's look at the type on that. This is Elite, but it's nice and crisp. And I'll pass the camera back off so we can do a quick alignment test. I don't know if I tested this. So we'll find out live how it looks.
Capital H, small h, capital H, small h, capital H, small h. Capital H, small h, capital H, small h, capital H, small h. Capital H, small h, capital H, small h.
So we're being video bombed by some other people in the house. Let's see. That looks pretty good. I haven't had to adjust that, so I guess we lucked out. So overall, just a super, super snappy typer. I don't think anything rivals it except, like I said, maybe the Facet TP1. But full speed ahead for sure.
Just a quick note about the cases.
So here's the case that came with the Torpedo 18B. It's like a leatherette case. Also pretty much in perfect condition. It zips closed, and it also has a little snap, or I don't know what you call this, a latch. But it's in really good shape. Open it up, and then it came with some cool stuff. It came with a couple original owner's manuals. Always nice to have those. Some correct type, which we don't use anymore. And then this is really cool. It has the original typewriter, back up a little bit, torpedo cover, dust cover. So it just rests on the machine. Has a little tear back here in the corner, but otherwise it's in really good shape. And again, it's kind of nice to have the cool extras like that. And I'll show you how the typewriter fits in the machine. There's no clamps in the bottom, but it has these little cutouts. And so the machine, the feet just rest where those cutouts are. And then this little strap goes together like that. And that's what holds it in place in the machine. So just close it, zip it, and you're good to go. It has a little pocket in here. That's where the dust cover and the owner's manual will go. This case is the one that came with the Torpedo 18A. It's a hard wooden case. The latch was busted when I got it. I was able to repair that. And also the feet were just disintegrated. So I took those off, put some new rubber feet on there. This one here, top comes off, and then it has a latching system to latch the Torpedo 18A into its case. So it's kind of interesting to see the different cases that came with the different models. I prefer this leatherette one just because it's in such nice shape. Just has kind of a classy look to it. All right, we'll finish up with some pros and cons of our 1960 Torpedo 18B. Eli, what are some of the pros?
The flawless body, the great color combo with charcoal gray and cream, the super snappy typing action, the snazzy case and dust cover, the original owner's manual, which is always nice to have,
Two of them actually.
and new rubber platen and feet.
Get out of that shadow. Okay, cons. I had a hard time with this. It's hard to think of a con or a negative thing to say about this machine, other than it might be too nice for daily use. We have a toddler that's kind of a menace to torpedoes and other typewriters around the house. And so I've actually kept this one at the office. Just a gorgeous machine, new rubber platen, new rubber feet, super snappy typing action. Don't know if I can think of anything else negative to say about this machine.
Thanks for joining us on Typewriter Minutes. Be sure to share, link, like, and subscribe. Bye. Damn the torpedoes!
Full speed ahead.